Vladimir, let me come back to you just for a response to what Omar has been saying there. He's saying that there's a whole year has been lost, laying blame squarely on the Kurdish side, that they didn't implement their end of the deal and that now, you know, there is a very stark choice ahead of them. What do you make of that assessment?
Well, I mean, the previous agreement was a bit vague. That was one of the reasons there were so many disagreements. Another point is that the agreement was like 8 points, and one of them also included some form of constitutional recognition of Kurds. And you saw that the Syrian president recently declared such a decree. So this came a bit late. This has been 1 year until he came with such a decree. So I think there's many disagreements between both sides, but it's not just square to be blamed on the SDF side, because also Damascus, there were maybe 8 points of this thing that were not implemented. So I think that was one of the biggest issues. That I think also one of the issues is that the agreement was just understood as a military integration agreement, but it's actually more complicated. It's about return of IDPs and refugees, and about confronting hate speech, about combating Assad remnants, fighting ISIS, and especially constitutional agreement, some form of constitutional guarantees for Kurdish rights, which the Syrian president recently has announced. Although, of course, the Kurdish majority of this Kurdish political party, so I'm not talking just about the SDF, they prefer some form of autonomy. They are hoping with this agreement that they could still have some form of a special status for instance, Kobani and for parts of Hasaka. But of course, Syria says it's one Syria and one united Syria, so I'm not sure if they're gonna agree with that. But the previous agreement that was announced a few days ago, after which the fighting broke down again, it was also mentioning some form of a special status. So there's a hope that there could be some form of a demilitarized zone in, for instance, Kobani and also in Hasaka, and that locals will join the internal security forces, and that peace will be basically implemented, and that we will not see the same violence what we saw, for instance, in Soida or in the coast with the Druze less than in the past. I think also there's a Syrian army, they have made changes. So we have to see now how this is implemented. But among the Kurdish population, there's still a lot of fear for human rights violations, and they don't really trust what is going on.